Hello and welcome to Justeventonline News at 9. I am Anifat Ismail first. The news headlines. Nigeria too important to be ignored, Tinubu tells world leaders. Wike revokes Obi ex-minister 165 other land allocations. Honorable Kayode Tijani organized three-day training on conflict resolution in Kwara South. Kwara Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Ojo Olayiwola commissions health centers in Oyun local government. Friday government unveils $1 million air conditioner testing facility. SERAP stakeholders up on accountability in Niger Delta. Adamawa begins vaccination against cervical cancer on Monday. Anambra, Kogi begin free education in public schools and on sport. NCF donates equipment to states. Now the news in details. The president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, has said Nigeria weighs so heavily in the global scheme of things that ignoring the country would spell the consequences for the rest of the world. He said the world risks failing if the idealistic narratives advocated by various heads of state and government at the United Nations General Assembly were not translated into action. The Minister, Federal Capital Territory Administration, some Wike has revoked 167 plots of land in some eyebrow districts of the nation's capital, Abuja. Some of the revoked plots belong to the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, former Senate Chief Whip Udoma, former Cross River Governor Senator Leah Imoke, the first minister of Niger Delta, Ufot Ekayete, and the late publisher of Leadership newspaper, Sam Ida Isaiah. In a notice issued on Thursday night, the FTC administration said the plots were revoked due to the failure of their allottees to develop them. The people of Kwara South, particularly of Ifelodo and Oyun local government, has been charged on peaceful coexistence among each other in order for the constituency to thrive. The charge was made at the three-day training on conflict resolution among the people of the three local governments. The training, which was organized by the member representing Ifelodun Oyun Ofa as Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Engineer Ismail Kayode Tijani, aimed at fostering peace and harmony between the local government. It gathered the traditional rulers across the constituency and other paramount rulers within the Central District, as well as indigenes of the constituency. The guest lecturers from University of Ilorin, Dr. J.M.K. Mbogo, Senior Lecturer, Center for Peace and Strategic Studies, Abdulrazak O. Abdul Kadri, PhD, Departments of Private and Property Law, Dr. Ahmed Hussein Folonsho Saddam, and Dr. M.K. Imam Temim from Faculty of Law did justice to their given topics on conflict resolution. They described conflict as what people should do away with, even though it is unavoidable and inevitable. They also harped on the importance of peaceful coexistence and various ways of resolving conflict when arises. Honorable Kayode Tijani, while speaking with the newsmen, said the training was as a result of the menace of kidnapping and insecurity rampant in the Kwara South. He asked the people of the constituency to maintain peaceful coexistence, conduct themselves, follow the rule of law, and as well become a patriotic Quran. He assured them of quality education, maximum security, infrastructure, quality of delivery, among others. His Royal Majesty Olupo of Ajashekbo Oba Barrister Ismail Yaya Alebioshu commended Honorable Kayode on developing the great idea. He posited that the traditional rulers has learned a lot, promising to work towards making Kwara South a peaceful and more developed society. The event had in attendance of a lessee of Igbaja, His Royal Majesty Alhaji Dr. Ahmed Awuni Babalola Arepo III, Olomo of Omaran, His Royal Highness Oba Abdulrahim Oladele Adeoti, National Directorate of Employment, Kwara State Coordinator Mrs. Folashade Lanre Ogun, and all other well-meaning individuals from the constituency. The Kwara State Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Ojo Olayiwola, on Thursday commissioned Ikotuile and Igosun community health centers in Oyun local government areas of Kwara State. Justeventonline reports that the health centers, which was renovated by the TIC chairman, Oyun local government, Dr. Wahid Ibrahim, aimed at bringing quality health delivery to the people at the grassroots. While speaking during the commissioning, Deputy Speaker Honorable Ojo commended Dr. Wahid for bringing health closer to the people. He stated that the act was to further support Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak in ensuring that quality health delivery is affordable and accessible to all Kwarans. Given his remarks, the TIC chairman, Dr. Wahid, asked the people to use the hospital well. He promised to continue to give the support in all ramifications and also to make life worth living at the grassroots. The commissioning had in attendance of all Oyun local government CIC members, Oyun APC party chairman Alhaji Kamar Akabi, Oyun APC ESCOs Honorable Ajibade John, the local government DPM, Ikotunile Descendant Union, Igosun Descendant Unions, among others. The federal government, through the Standards Organization of Nigeria, has unveiled a bioclimatic chamber for the testing of the energy efficiency of locally manufactured and imported air conditioners. The commissioning of the facility took place on Thursday in Lagos and had in attendance of stakeholders in private and public sectors. The procurement of the equipment was supported by the Nigerian Energy Support Program, the European Union, and the German government. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, and other stakeholders have called for more accountability in the oil-rich Niger Delta for the people to truly feel the impact of the wealth in the region. They urge the federal government to put in place a legal framework that will force oil companies to provide all the environment instead of concentrating on exploration. In its efforts to reduce the mortality rate of women in Adamawa, the state government is set to begin vaccination of young girls between the ages of 9 and 14 years against the human papillomavirus, which is responsible for cervical cancer in women on Monday. This was disclosed by the chairman of the State Primary Health Care Agency, Dr. Suleiman Bashir, on Friday in Jola. Bashir said the exercise would begin on Monday in the 21 local council areas of the state. The governors of Anambra and Kogi states, Professor Chukwuma Soludo and Yaya Bello, respectively, on Thursday announced free and compulsory education in public schools in the state. Soludo, who made the declaration at Premier Primary School, Obosi, said the gesture was aimed at actualizing his vision of an all-inclusive education for school children in Anambra State. A statement on Thursday by the information officer in the Anambra State Ministry of Education, Obiageli Nwako, quoted Soludo to have declared that education from early childhood care and development education in junior secondary schools would be free and compulsory in the state. The last on the news is sport. The Nigeria Cricket Federation has donated playing equipment to all 13 participating states, including the host Delta, in the cricket event of the 2023 National Youth Games, which hold from September 21 to 30 in Asaba, Delta State. Items donated are 30 junior batting gloves, 10 junior batting pads, 5 junior wicket keepers gloves, 30 youth bats, and 40 youth gloves, among others. We have come to the end of the news at 9. Here's the recap of the story. Nigeria too important to be ignored, Tinubu tells world leaders. Wike revokes OBS Minister 165 other land allocation. Honorable Kayode Tijani organized 3-day training on conflict resolution in Kwara South. Kwara Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Olayiwola, commissions of centers in Oyun local government. Federal government unveils $1 million air conditioner testing facility. SERAP stakeholders are upon accountability in Niger Delta. Adamawa begins vaccination against cervical cancer on Monday. Anambra, Kogi begins free education in public schools. And on sport, NTF donates equipment to state. Thank you for watching Just Events Online News. Remember, what is worth doing is worth doing well. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com and to read more updates. Follow us on our social media platforms with a tab at Just Event Online. You can also send us an email at justeventonline@gmail.com. I am Anifat Ismail. Do have a good night rest.